Hi my friends, welcome to Forever Yoga with Susannah. I'm Susannah, and if you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so that you can become a member of our Strong Bones community. So today I offer you essentially the 5 yoga postures, whatever you want to call them, positions that I do religiously pretty much every day, especially if I haven't done anything else and it's getting late in the day and I go, oh, I got to do my Strong Bones routine, and that's what I will incorporate into this short but sweet session. So I suggest, if you want to do it the way I do it, that you add some weight to our bridge pose. So those of you that have done yoga with me before know that I love bridge, Setu Pendasan, and I love to do it in different variations, but lately I've been adding weight across my pelvis, and so therefore I'm going to suggest that you either grab something like an ankle weight if you have that, or this is my vest, which has 6 pounds in it at the moment. If you are walking with a weighted vest, you could try that. Or another way would be your 2 light weights, 2 3-pounders, which you'll put in your groin area. So we're going to get to bridge at the end of this session, and we're going to utilize these light weights as well, because this is a bone strengthening yoga workout. Gather up what you need, and I'll meet you back where we will begin holding our light weights, 2 or 3 pounds, and standing in Tadasana. Let's begin today's strong bone session standing in Tadasana, which is a mountain pose, feet a few inches apart, parallel, holding light weights. So just hang out here, please. Rotate your shoulders back. Have a light grip on your weights. Ramp your head back for that awesome posture. Feel your feet gripping into the earth and your crown lifting. And breathe. Let's begin here. Terrific. Okay. Now, holding your 2 light weights in your hands, draw your shoulders back a little bit, bring your hands right in front of your heart, and now slowly bring the arms overhead until, I don't know if you can still see, but you're holding your weights over your head in weighted Tadasana, mountain pose. So doing a little bit of weighted work with our yoga is amazing for helping to build bone density. Holding, and then slide these weights right past your nose, past your chest, soften your knees, and come forward with knees bent, and then come halfway up, shoulders relaxed. Now put your weights in both hands, pull back, shoulder blades together, and down. So it's pull back and down. These are light weights, right? And down, and down, and up. Bring the weights right in front of your heart again, shoulders relaxed. One more time. Let those weights and your hands slide past your nose, up above your head. Hold Tadasana, mountain pose. And then bring your weights back down. Okay. Bending your knees, put your weights on the mat or on the floor in front of your mat. So we want to work on hip mobility and balance. So if you've got a wall nearby, go there. Place your hands on the wall, one hand on the wall for support. It's just lightly there. And also you could do this holding onto a chair or nothing at all. So get grounded in this position, hands on your hip. The leg that is not near the wall lifts up into crane pose. Good. And then bring your leg behind you and forward, behind and forward. And you're literally swinging your leg. Good. But notice you're keeping your upper body as still as possible. Awesome. Great for your hip and warming up your joints. Good. Now pause. Now you can stay here holding on for tree. I'm going to turn to do tree pose with you. So this tree is something I do every day, and you want to do different variations on it, if you will. Today we're going to do get out of balance tree, which is part of the secret to our bone density strengthening exercises is to do them in new ways. So here we are standing with one leg on the earth, the other foot somewhere up and down your leg, doesn't matter where it is, using your hip joint to hold it there. And then you're either holding on to the wall for support, which would be fine, or you're going to take both hands a little bit out of balance, rotate around a little bit. Yeah, you might fall out and come back in. And randomly move your upper body and force your brain and all the muscles to adjust to keep you upright. Yeah. Okay, knee forward, 2 feet down. Step it out for a moment. Turn to do the other side. Use a wall or a chair for support. Find your beautiful posture, shoulders back, chest open. Lift up your leg at a right angle. Good, and now it's back and forth. I actually love this move. I'm finding it really great for the hip. Your upper body stays still, but that leg is swinging from the joint. Keep it going, breathe. Good, and then we'll go into a tree, so rotate the knee out. You can stay holding onto the wall if you like or not. I'm rotating to face you and also to make it a little bit more of a challenge. So find a version of tree that you can hold, and then bring your arms into random positions and challenge yourself by turning your gaze. If you've done tree like me for years, you were told to find a point of focus for your gaze because that helps with balance. It's true. But if you want to challenge your balance, don't stare at a spot, but rather move your gaze. Or close your eyes, right? Or be the scales of justice with your hands. Good. So take yourself off balance, but keep upright. Okay, let that go. Okay, step side to side. All right, so tree pose is one of the postures I try and do some variation of every day, as well as the crane and the moving of the hips. However, we're going to move on to the mat for a little bit of wrist work and then plank. So sit back on your heels. If you'd like to stretch out your feet, you could sit on your heels on your toes. You could grab a block and sit on a block, or come right on down to your heels. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, and then start some figure eights. So we're rotating the wrists around and around, and the other way. So we want to prepare our wrists for a little bit of workout. And I know many of us have wrist concerns. So I do this every day. And shake it. And then here's my favorite. Take the backs of your hands, let them touch. Come right up the center line of your body. And keep everything touching as you rotate around, right? So you'll get the back of your hand, circles. There you go. Doesn't that feel good? All right, shake it out. Come to your version of plank. So a plank a day keeps your bone density strong. Do a plank that works for you. So if you had serious wrist issues, you can do it at the wall. You can also, of course, do forearm plank, which is a challenge and an amazing strengthener for your spine and doesn't put pressure on your wrist. So that's your forearm plank option. And then, of course, you might be choosing top of the push-up or knee down plank. So choose any plank you like and hold it and keep it for about 30 seconds or so. In your own practice, you might be challenging yourself to a minute or 2 minutes. But a plank a day is an absolute way to find strength in your spine. I'm going to release. Drop the knees. Hips back, extended child's. Come to your belly. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of spine strengthening here. Beginning now with your hands right by your chest, legs close together, tops of your feet are pressing down on the floor, and shoulder blades are coming back and towards each other. Baby cobra. So simply lift the upper body by pressing into your hands a couple of inches and down. So we'll do this dynamic, which means moving. So inhale up, exhale down. Press and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Great. And now bring your arms beside you, lift them up a little bit. Open and close your hands, your fists. And option to add both of your legs to lift up into locust pose. So I really believe this is probably, maybe of all these postures, the most beneficial thing you can do for the muscles up and down your spine, holding locust. So we'll try to do a locust every day. Holding and breathing. And relaxing. Curl your toes, hands by your chest, push up, press back. Good. Let's go ahead onto our backs and do bridge pose several ways. The first way is going to be dynamic. So come onto your back, and whenever I say dynamic, I mean moving. So walk your heels in towards your butt, arms are beside you, root down in your feet and your arms, and then start to lift your hips up. Energize your legs as if you had a beach ball between them. Squeeze your glutes, send your hips up, and then roll on back down. And we're going to do that 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on the 10th one we're going to hold. I'm going to ask you to try your one-legged bridge now. So bring one knee in, keeping the pelvis level, and extend that leg up to the ceiling. Hold. And now lower that leg, knee in, opposite knee in, up, hold, and lower, and again, in, up, rooting down, keeping everything strong, lower, and still, pelvis stays right where it is, and hold, and lower, and release your spine to the floor. Take a moment if you like. Now, weighted bridge. So one way to do this is to take your light weights and place them in your groin and try to hope that they won't roll off. So they're not ideal, but I've managed to make it work. And you can lift your hips up like that with your 3-pound or 2-pound barbells. But I've found that the weighted vest is best, at least for me. You could also I think ankle weights would be great too, because that would come across your pelvis. So I have 6 pounds in my weight in my vest. So that's the same as my barbells. Feet are rooted, upper arm bones pressing down, and lift up. And you can adjust so it's comfortable. And press down on your feet, down on your arms, up with your hips. And we're going to hold with the weight. Finding breath. It's okay if it slides, you can fix it. You know, we're not trying to impress anybody. We're just trying to add stress to our muscles and our bones. Something new, something challenging. Be sure that you are engaging your inner thighs and your glutes. And be sure that your breath is easy through your nose. So we could hang out here all day, but I'm sure you've got other things to do. So let's lower on down. And once we're down, take your weight out of the way. Anything else that's in the way, take it out of the way. Counter pose by bringing your knees in, rocking low back side to side. Perhaps some circles for your hip joints. Great, and then cross one leg over the other leg, so you've got your thighs together and they're crossed. You're going to pull in a little bit. And undo that, shake it out with a gentle bounce. Do the other side. This is a butt stretch. It's really good for you. And it's also good for your lower back. But keep your head down and your lower back down. Just gently pulling in and rocking. Okay, and shake it out. And lastly, one more bridge, not weighted. Take your feet wider. So it's a new placement for your feet. And lift the hips up, bring your arms underneath, interlace the fingers, press down, lift up. Setu Bandhasan. When I was first diagnosed with osteopenia, my yoga teacher, my main teacher, who's also an MD doctor and a holistic doctor, said, do bridge every day. And so I did. And so can you. Breathe in, breathe out. And relax. Good, and you might find another counter pose that works for you, perhaps some twists. I'm going to find my way up to sitting to conclude our session. So either you'll rock to one side and come up carefully in that manner, or if you're like me, you might rock and roll. Be gentle with your spine if you're concerned about low bone density, but this is actually helpful unless you've already had compression fractures, then you should not do that. All right, come to sitting. Shoulders are relaxed. Do an easy twist. So left hand on right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gentle turn. Untwist to center. Other side. And back to center. And we'll end. Close your eyes. Tune into your breath. Let's make our inhales through the nose so sweet and easy. Count of 3. Hold. Exhale through your nose. Count of 5. Inhale. Count of 3. Pause. Exhale. Out for 5. Last one. Inhale. Count of 3. Hold your breath. When you're ready, you can let that go through your nose, through your mouth. And now please Bring your hands together, rub them, and say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. I'd love for your likes, and I would love to hear from you, so go below the video and leave a comment. You can also sign up for my email list, and if you do, I will send you my program, What I Do to Build Bone Density. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time at Forever Yoga with Susannah. Have an awesome day.